And Millinocket isn't the only small town expecting some big crowds on the day of the eclipse.
Jackman, along the Canadian border, is one of the towns in the path of totality. It's about a 3-hour drive north from Portland and about a 2.5-hour drive north from Bangor.
Don Kerrigan went there to see how they're getting ready to welcome those sun gazers.
You don't go to Jackman by chance. It's one of the most remote towns in Maine, as close to Quebec City as to Augusta. But there is a good chance a lot of people will be making this trip because of the eclipse.
You look at the map, the line of totality is right over us. We are dead center. As somebody from the Chamber of Commerce said, we are ground zero for the eclipse.
Bill Jarvis is fire chief and EMS director for Jackman and has been planning for the event for more than 3 years. The eclipse will sweep across western and northern Maine. The path of totality, where people will experience full darkness, includes places like Dover-Foxcroft, Millinocket, and Holton, all easier for most people to reach than Jackman. So, why all the excitement here?
We're also right on the center line. We have the longest period of totality because as the shadow moves across the country, heading towards the east, it picks up speed. So as you go east, it's shorter totality.
Local hotels and inns like Bishop's Motel started booking up well over a year ago.
Phones are still ringing. We're turning people away daily, pretty much.
Owner Rick Gord says rooms and rentals in the area are all taken.
I think the whole town's booked, and all the way down to Greenville, the Forks, and what have you, every direction.
Let's put it this way, I've been telling people, I don't know how many people are coming.
And for Jarvis and Somerset County Emergency Management Director Mike Smith, that is the key question.
So we expect more people to be in town than the busiest snowmobile or 4th of July weekend we've ever had. And that is before people start driving up on Monday morning, the day of the eclipse.
That's where I see there to be the biggest issue. I mean, I would roughly guess you might see 400 or 500 cars a day come up 201, from Skowhegan coming up through, and multiply that by 10, and that's what we're going to look at that day.
They've been planning for extra police and rescue, for extra ambulances and medical staff, and for traffic delays. But there is also a big positive piece for local businesses like the Smoke and Barrel restaurant.
We're predicting that it's going to be really busy just by the amount of phone calls that we're getting.
Megan Calkin reminded us it's been a poor winter for snowmobiling, meaning local businesses have suffered. So they need the boost eclipse crowds could bring.
We are staying open straight through, even on days that we would normally take off. So normally we take Sundays and Mondays off, and we're going to stay open so that there's somewhere for everyone to go, hopefully, and that we can, benefit a little bit from it.
There are not enough restaurants and food stores to take care of all of them, so part of the plan is to stage food trucks right here, so somehow there can be enough for everybody to eat. It's just one of dozens of pieces of the plan Bill Jarvis and others have put together. He thinks they'll be ready.
I'd rather the headline the following day said, Route 201 corridor communities were overprepared for public safety than for the headline to say the next day it was utter chaos.
Now it will be a question of weather, travel choices, and how all the rest of us handle our own planning.
That was Don Kerrigan reporting. The advice from planners in Jackman: bring supplies with you like water and food because many businesses there could be overwhelmed. They also recommend filling your gas tank up before you get there so you have plenty to travel home after the eclipse because there could be some big traffic delays. Now, News Center Maine will have live coverage of the eclipse starting next week and leading up to the big day on April 8th. To learn more and see stories we've already done, you can text the word eclipse to 207-828-6622.